These teams don't have much history. 3 games, all in Baltimore, all won by the Chiefs. Today, the Ravens look to make their first win over Kansas City a stepping stone to the postseason in high definition by Sony. Next.
Some people think the internet is a good thing. The most powerful educational tool the world has ever known. It's preserving our history, keeping the past alive forever. It's the only place where freedom of speech truly exists. Some people think the internet is a good thing. What do you think?
If you don't like the color red, you don't belong here. Welcome back to Arrowhead, everyone, where the temperature is 47, but the wind is gusting and swirling. It could be a tough day for quarterbacks and kickers. The Kansas City Chiefs have won the toss. They will get their hands on the football first. That's Dante Hall, who has 11 return touchdowns to his credit in his career. That's kickoff and punt returns. Too short of the NFL record. And Matt Stover will kick it away once he can get the football set up on the tee. There is no question about it, Dan. It's a great place for a football game.
It's a spectacular environment that reminds me of a college atmosphere. I can't think of another venue in the NFL that approximates college football quite like Arrowhead.
Now Corey Ivy is going to hold the ball for Matt Stover. And he'll take 5 or 6 steps and we'll be underway. Short. Hall from his 14, 30, 40, close to midfield. What Dante Hall does best. And terrific field position for Trent Green and the Kansas City offense. In defeat last week, the Chiefs saw returns of his last 7 games. Johnson gets the first carry of the day and loses ground. Trevor Price with the steptions. Loss of 2 on the play makes it 2nd and 12. Play fake this time to Johnson. Green throws over the middle, and that's incomplete, intended for Tony Gonzalez.
Well, Ed Reed came in and put the hit on late, but Ed, while he got there, it looked to me like Tony Gonzalez was wide open, and this should have been a Kansas City first down. He was open enough. Trent was a little late getting him the ball. Look how wide open he is. And the ball hits Gonzalez in the hands. Normally, that would have been a catch.
3rd and 12. Let's see if Baltimore sends a bunch. Good protection, good time. Sideline pass is complete to the 40-yard line to Eddie Kennison, and that will be enough for a Kansas City first down.
Well, Trent Green does what he has to do, converts a long yardage situation with a perfectly thrown strike to Eddie Kennison. That is a tough route to defend. The coverage by Samari Roll really wasn't that bad. And that's something that Kansas City didn't think they could do. Take a 7-step drop and sit there for a while and wait for somebody to come open. They're afraid of the Baltimore rush.
This is Johnson. Off the right side to about the 36-yard line. There is Brian Billick. He's been to Arrowhead before as a member of the Minnesota coaching staff.
And like everybody else, he marvels at how this much noise can come from an outdoor stadium. You expect it in places like the Metrodome and the other dome stadiums, but I don't know what it is about this stadium. That's nothing but blue sky above us, but the noise doesn't seem to leave.
On 2nd and 6, Green to throw. Over the middle, incomplete. Herm Edwards made it a point to say that Trent Green would be getting rid of the ball in many, many situations in a hurry.
He said we're going to see 3 steps, 5 steps, and very rarely a 7-step drop, although that was what was unusual about that third down conversion to Eddie Kennison, is that was a 7-step drop, and there wasn't a great Baltimore pass rush. These guys from Baltimore, they can make life really tough on a quarterback.
So now Green looking at another third down situation. Here they come. Quick pass. That's complete. Inside the 25 is Dante Hall. First down, Kansas City. 14-yard pickup.
Well, really nicely executed by the Chiefs against the blitz. Here comes the overload to this side, but they pick it up. Their protection up front is solid, and Trent Green, after the adjustment by Dante Hall, who is working in the slot, a pretty easy first down pickup. Good start for Dante Hall, who got him to midfield to get this thing started with the kickoff return.
Larry Johnson. Inside the 20. Dan, this could be a donuts and coffee kind of day, because Steve McNair, known for dinking and dunking when they take the long ball away from him, and Trent Green looks like he's prepared to do just that against the blitzing Ravens.
And I think they're two quarterbacks, because they're veterans, Greg. I think they're not afraid to exercise patience. You know, sometimes you just have to put together a 10 or 12 play drive, and that does require a bunch of the short passes, and you don't get to stretch the field vertically maybe as much as you'd like.
2nd and 8. Johnson inside the 15. Dan, in talking to the Chiefs yesterday, they thought that one of the keys to keeping the Ravens defense guessing was a lot of shifting, and they've done a lot of that early on.
Shifting and motion forces Ray Lewis to change the defensive front. And the other thing they're doing is, and you're right about the shifting and motion, Greg, the other thing they've been doing is they've been snapping the ball pretty quickly. And again, that's in an effort to not let this Baltimore defense dig in and get a great upfield start.
Double tight ends now for the Chiefs. On 3rd and 2. Play fake to Johnson, throwing near side, and that's complete inside the 10 to Jason Dunn. It'll be 1st and goal. Ray Lewis says this is incomplete, and we have a discussion on the near sideline.
Well, Ray Lewis and his teammates are screaming over to Brian Billick to challenge his. As well they should be screaming, because that's an incomplete pass. That ball goes right through the hands of Dunn.
Ruling on the field is incomplete.
Oh, now they changed the ruling on the field.
So Brian Billick can put that challenge flag back.
Well, Ed Hockley had a view of that from behind, and when he got down there to the guys, he could see that it went right through the hands of Jason Dunn.
So that'll bring the field goal unit on. Lawrence Tynes, 18 of 23 on the season.
And those are the kind of mistakes that in a very, very tight ball game you just can't afford to make.
Tynes lines this one up from 32 yards out. Snap is good. And the kick is no good. Off to the left.
Oh, and that makes the drop by Dunn all the more costly.
10:35 to play first quarter. Chiefs blow a golden opportunity to grab the lead.
Druids Glen Golf Resort, voted European Golf Resort of the Year 2005. A golfer's paradise in the Garden of Ireland. 2 championship golf courses of contrasting design. The luxurious Marriott Druids Glen Hotel and Country Club, featuring 148 specially appointed guest rooms and a magnificent spa and health centre. Visit our driving range, pro shops, golf academy, and get your golfing tips or tuition from our resident PGA teaching professional.
There was a moment there where I thought, that was a pretty doggone good throw. I can probably play.
My sophomore year against Thomasville, I only got 3 balls. And those 3 went for 144 yards and 2 touchdowns. I knew right then that I was on my way.
And the stadium was rocking, it was packed. Got a total of 400-some yards. That's when I knew.
When people stopped calling me Archie's boy, started calling me Peyton, that was a big moment for me.
Can't say how thankful I am for all the success I've had. It's a dream come true.
Back to throw. He's going to throw it to the end zone. Touchdown! What a throw by Brett Favre. He shoveled the ball forward as he was going down.
That's just such heads-up veteran play by Brett Favre.
He flipped it into the end zone backhand. What a lunge by Brett Favre. I've never seen anything like it.
This is the best thing that's happened in Green Bay in a long time.
Baltimore on offense. There's Steve McNair. 12 touchdown passes, 9 picks, although he hasn't thrown an interception over his last 3 games. He starts from his own 22 and going to throw. Incomplete. Near side. The offensive line gets Kedrick Vincent back at right guard today. Vincent has missed the last 2 games with a groin injury. And 2-time Pro Bowl tight end Todd Heap having another terrific season. More than 50 catches, more than 500 receiving yards, and 6 touchdowns. Dan, you and I are still scratching our heads over that field goal miss.
I'll have to admit, from my angle, it looked like it was good, but that's why they put the official right under the upright. He had the best view of all.
2nd and 10. Short drop, quick pass, and that's complete to Heap. Let's go back to that field goal.
Yeah, if you're behind the goalpost, and from this vantage point here, watch. You know, yes, it's hooking, but it's in the air an awful long time before it actually moves behind. I've watched a lot of field goals. I would have guessed that good from behind, but the official, he's directly under that upright, and he can see when the ball crosses over the top of it. That's an optical illusion.
And there was no gripe, really, from the Kansas City Chiefs. 3rd and 6. McNair under the gun, throws it away. Tamba Ali applying the pressure, and that'll bring on the punting unit.
Well, a really good series for this Kansas City defense. You can see the blitz off the edge. Well, yeah, it's a good job of picking it up, Mike Anderson, but there's just one too many guys, so you got a free runner at the quarterback. But after blowing a 14-point lead last week, this defense has been under fire all week here in Kansas City.
Dante Hall at his own 30-yard line. Cook barely got the kick away, and it's a good one. From his 23, this is Hall. Nowhere to go. Down at about the 29-yard line. Dan Wilcox, the first to hit it. 9.5 minutes to play. First quarter, scoreless game.
Ever wished you could be there to see your team in action? With Game On Holidays, you can combine that big match atmosphere with the holiday of a lifetime for the whole family. We offer city breaks and holidays incorporating all U.S. sports, including NASCAR. All you have to do is visit our website and choose the games or races you want to see, and we'll do the rest. Great seats, great games, great value. Game on.
I think it's a great class. Troy Aikman, John Madden, Raphael Wright, Warren Moon.
For Tony Jones, touchdown!
It's a very exciting feeling as you walk out of the tunnel because you know it's getting close to battle.
When you take it all together and you bundle it up and your career is over, now how are you going to be remembered? And the elite, it's the Hall of Fame.
.32 to play in the first quarter. Welcome back to Arrowhead Stadium. Scoreless game. Kansas City starts from its own 29-yard line. And this is Larry Johnson. And Johnson just one, maybe two. You know, this is a packed stadium, and there is no one who would rather be here watching his Chiefs perform, and the founder of the Kansas City Chiefs, Lamar Hunt, who is back in a Dallas hospital along with his family, watching on TV. And Dan, you and I and our entire CBS Sports crew wish him the very best.
Not every owner who's owned a team in the National Football League has left the NFL a better place. Lamar Hunt, one of the bedrocks this league is built upon.
This is Larry Johnson, forward to about the 32 or 33-yard line.
Take a look at the Baltimore defense. Look at the Kansas City shift. You can see what that's forcing the Ravens to do. When the strong side changes from the right to the left, they force Baltimore to make the shift and go with it. And that is the game plan today. The Chiefs feel that Baltimore is a little less effective when you force them to change at the last minute. You know, maybe you get a blown assignment, maybe you get someone unsure what they're doing. I think Baltimore's going to have to do a lot of that today.
We get a timeout on the field. The Chiefs burn their first timeout, and we'll step aside with 8:19 to play in the first.
There was a moment there where I thought, that was a pretty doggone good throw. I can probably play.
My sophomore year against Thomasville, I only got 3 balls. And those 3 went for 144 yards and 2 touchdowns. I knew right then that I was on my way.
And the stadium was rocking, it was packed. Got a total of 400-some yards. That's when I knew.
When people stopped calling me Archie's boy, started calling me Peyton. That was a big moment for me.
Haagen-Dazs is so thick and creamy. That's why it melts so slowly in your mouth. So the deliciously rich experience lasts and lasts and lasts. And why not try Bailey's ice cream from Haagen-Dazs? The perfect combination. Haagen-Dazs, the longer-lasting pleasure.
Hi there, folks. I'm Tim McCarver, thanking you for watching my show exclusively here on NASN, Europe's leading channel for North American sports. Join me each week as I conduct in-depth interviews with the biggest stars from the world of sports. Whether you enjoy football, baseball, basketball, hockey, you name it. Check out NASN.com for the latest schedules and guest lists, and we'll see you right here on Chevrolet's Tim McCarver Show on NASN.
The 12 deals of Christmas are going on now at the CBS Sports Store. Save up to 25% on gifts for the sports fan on your list. Then check back each day for a new deal. Click on Shop at CBSSportsline.com. And movement up front.
False start, offense, number 76. 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
That's John Welborn, who's replacing the starter at right tackle, Kyle Turley, today. Turley injured a shoulder in practice.
3rd and 11. They did it on Wednesday. Now Welborn, who's been a starter off and on here since he came over from the Eagles back in '04, so it's not like John doesn't have some familiarity playing the position.
3rd and 11. Green pulls it down, now unloads over the middle, incomplete. Intended for Sammy Parker, number 18.
Yeah, and that's just perfect coverage by the Ravens, because that's a pretty good throw by Trent Green. He's got a guy open, but then it is a perfectly timed collision going up and contesting the ball by the rookie DeJuan Landry. That's why the rookie has been the starter since the day he got there. Brian Billick identified his talent right off the bat.
This is Corey Ross, who fills in for the injured B.J. Sams now on returns. Sams finished for the year with a fractured ankle. And we get a whistle.
Delay of game, offense,
5-yard penalty, still 4th down.
You know, Dan, on their first drive, Kansas City dropped 3 passes and missed a field goal, and now 2 penalties on this possession. Doesn't bode well against the Baltimore defense.
No, it doesn't. And a little follow-up to what you said about B.J. Sams, Greg. I'm not sure there was a hotter return guy in the league than B.J. Sams. That's a rather large loss for the Ravens.
Dustin Colquitt, left-footed kicker, gets this one away, and this is Ross inside of his own 20, and what a special teams play. Bernard Pollard, the rookie out of Purdue. 8:05 to play in the first.
So you all right, Jake?
Well, don't you think Mum's been acting a bit weird?
I wouldn't worry about it, son.
Only Actimel contains a good bacteria LC Immunitas. Try it and see if you feel the difference. They're none.
From Detroit, Michigan, the Seahawks are set to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers in Super Bowl 40.
3rd and goal at the 1. A bootleg left, and Ben dives for the goal line. It's a touchdown, Pittsburgh! And they hand it to Willie Parker. Finds a lane. He's on his way. Look up. Foot race 45-50. Willie Parker 40, 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown. 75 yards.
Play fake. Man looks. A lot of time. Throws to the right side. Got a man wide open. Touchdown. Jeremy Stevens. Steelers lead 14-10. The quick pitch, and here comes the reverse. Randall L. has got a reverse. He wants to throw. He does down the far right side. He's got a man wide open.
Touchdown, Pittsburgh! And that's your ball game.
Welcome back to Arrowhead Stadium. There is big Jonathan Ogden, the left tackle, who is listed at 6'9", 345. He's got some size to him.
Keep in mind that guy he walked up next to, Jason Brown, is 6'3", 320.
That little guy?
Yeah, the little guy.
McNair on first down gives to Jamal Lewis, and Lewis finds a little room off right side, out to about the 29-yard line.
I guess we all need perspective, but again, look at that. Number 60 is 6'3", 320 pounds. You know, that's Jonathan Ogden, 9 Pro Bowls, just an outstanding left tackle, but he's one of the biggest human beings on the planet. He is a big man.
Like most of the Ravens, making his first visit to Arrowhead.
Said he was really looking forward to it.
McNair, quick pass this side, incomplete. Intended for Mark Clayton. It bounced. We get our first NFL Today update of the day with JB in New York.
All right, Greg, Jacksonville needs to stay on the winning track. They are wild card hopeful. Big help here. Maurice Jones drew 18 yards to pay dirt. 5 straight games with a touchdown. That's a franchise record. Jacksonville up 7-0. Back to Greg and Dan.
All right, JB, and you can see there the Colts clinch with a win or a tie. They're trying to rebound from a really tough loss a week ago in Nashville. Here comes the Kansas City crowd. McNair to Clayton. And Clayton comes up short of the first down.
Well, the Chiefs were across the ball. I think Kansas City was offsides on this play.
Offside, defense number 91. The 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
Man, another mistake for Kansas City. You talked about a couple of them before the punt, Greg, and here's another one. Take a look at it right there. Tamba Hali, the rookie, is across the ball. That makes it way too easy. And There are penalties, and then there are the penalties that just give them an easy first down and moving the chains.
And the noise is supposed to be detrimental to the visiting offensive line.
That's the last I heard.
First down from the 35. McNair still with the ball down the sideline. That's complete across midfield and out of bounds. Derek Mason with the catch. That'll be another first down. And another report from JB in New York.
Cincinnati, with his eyes on the postseason, needs to keep winning as well. Greg, take a look. Carson Palmer hooking up with Chris Henry. 8-yard strike. League leading 23rd touchdown toss by Palmer. 7-0 Cincy. Back to Greg Gumbel. Dan Deerdorf.
Boy, there's a duo that were on the outs a couple of weeks ago, but apparently Mr. Henry has regained Mr. Palmer's trust.
He said it would take a while. He's got some of it back. I'm not sure he has all of it.
First down. McNair gives to Lewis, and Lewis tiptoes to the 42. You know, going back to this noise element, Dan, and you and I agreed, I'm not sure that I've ever heard any coach say that he didn't do anything special to prepare for the noise that comes out of the stands here.
Yeah, they did. A lot of coaches, most coaches use speakers, and you know, it forces your team to communicate with hand signals. You can't do it verbally. Brian Billick said, you know what? I think that wears the guys out. I think it exhausts them. I think it puts them through a little too much on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So they just didn't do it at all. It's a different approach.
Here come the Chiefs. The pass outside to Todd Heap. Heap, first down yardage, close to the 30-yard line.
He was pushed out of bounds by Sammy Knight.
Well, we all know that Brian Billick has taken over as offensive coordinator, and take a look at that. 24 points per game, 24 plus in 5 of the last 6. Steve McNair's quarterback rating has gone up by almost 30 points since Brian Billick took over the play calling. This is the 7th game in doing so. He really took, you know, a bold move, replacing his good friend Jim Fossil.
That catch, by the way, number 300 in Todd Heap's career. McNair still with the football, throws outside, and that's complete to Obi Mahaley. And again, McNair taking what they give him.
Well, and we're seeing a little bit of everything. The reason they crossed midfield was that nice completion to Derek Mason, where they stretched the field a little bit, found a hole in the Kansas City cover 2 zone. This completion is made possible by the fact that he got great protection. Steve McNair just went from 1 to 2 to 3, and then finally had time to get rid of it then.
It was funny, I called attention to Steve about his college days at Alcorn State, where he was a gunslinger, and he said, oh, those days are over.
Yeah, but he had a big smile on his face. Those are good memories.
Jamal Lewis. Penalty marker flies, and another one flies as Lewis is stopped at the 25, and let's check the flag.
Yeah, this is going to be a holding call, I'm pretty sure.
Offense, number 34. 10-yard penalty. Repeat second down.
That's Mahaley, the 4th year back out of Wake Forest.
He's the blocking fullback, Obi Mahaley.
So that'll back the line of scrimmage up to the 36.
And Herman's thinking to himself, well, finally Baltimore makes a mistake. We've been the ones making it easy up to this point.
Second and 14. Quick pass, side, incomplete, intended for Lewis. 3rd and 14.
Well, Jamal Lewis never looked like he was in a comfortable position to catch that ball, and I think he knew that Ty Law was coming down on him in a hurry.
3rd and 15.
Ty Law, 10 seasons in New England, 1 with the Jets, and now his first in Kansas City. 49 career interceptions for number 24.
And 5 Pro Bowls to go along with that.
Once again, the fans rev up the noise. McNair, short pop over the middle, Mike Anderson. Anderson inside the 25 to the 23, and that'll be short of a first down.
He got close enough where Brian Billick is going to have to think about this. But he's going to send out the kicking team.
A gain of 13 yards on the play. It's 4th down.
Mike Anderson almost turned a very short pass into a first down.
Matt Stover in field goal formation.
Looking for career field goal number 400.
41 yard attempt.
And this will be from 41 yards out. And that looks good. Number 400 for Matt Stover has the Ravens in a 3-0 lead.
You can't wrap them up against allergies, but you can treat almost every allergic reaction with Piriton. Piriton, for the family's allergies.
We're playing San Diego. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns. And puked in between. And that's when I knew it.
I felt like I was playing with little kids and I was a grown man, like Superman.
I ran the fastest 40 at the camp, and I was still 15 years old. So that's when I knew I was going to be pretty good. Oh, yeah.
Live college basketball returns to NASN with an exclusive doubleheader. First up, the Wildcats chase the Cardinals as Kentucky clash with Louisville. Then the Bearcats enter the Buckeye Forest as Cincinnati take on Ohio State. A live college basketball doubleheader this Saturday on NASN.
Nine plays, 53 yards for the Ravens. And as you mentioned in the timeout, Dan, nice drive by Baltimore.
Yeah, a little bit of everything. Steve McNair throwing the ball. They really didn't run the ball all that well. It was mostly McNair. But a good, solid drive, and 3 points in a close game like this going to mean something.